Not only did I have to read it, I had to build it as I build the temple of self, the temple of man. But the temple is man. The temple of man is nothing without that divine love. So at 33 years old, the nail driven through her feet, I answered. And as she went on and her hands being nailed to the cross, I answered. The crown of thorns that restrict the vision, I was patient. And the piercing of the side, teddy bears. And so the gorilla rise to infinite heights. But if I can't have her, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Because we all went through too much suffering not to put it back together now. Not to create the unity now. Not to join the partners now. And now is the time. We all know the time. We all knew the agenda. The plan was flawlessly executed. We've been liberated from this evil, unstoppable force with a lot of help for a long time with a lot of people. Now, whenever they get this message in its right context and they want to fix this, I just want what's mine. I don't care about oppressing people. It's not my ambition. I'd rather liberate. My ambition is not to divide people, but to unify them. And from there, it's time for me to call it a day. My cue has been given. I've said enough. And I'll talk to y'all later. How you doing?
Hold on, can you give me a second? I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Hang up. I'm trying to figure this shit out. Can you see me? Maybe not. It's dark right now.
Well, I see your silhouette.
Rachel, hold on. I'm here though. Okay, so
I
I
can
have a
hear you.
question. Can you hear me
Uh-huh.
though? I have a
I can hear you.
question. I have a father. I have a father who is a preacher. His father before him was a preacher. His father before him was a preacher. I'm just sitting here like, what the fuck? Because you can't go against that because that's law. You know what I mean?
Can't go against what?
So what do you do? What do you do with that?
You do what's right, regardless of who it affects.
Right, right. So that means you fucking just, even if you don't, I don't know. What I'm trying to say is, I didn't agree with it. Hey, Rachel, I'm sorry. Let me cut this light on. I don't want y'all to think I'm a fictionist person or nothing. Hold on, let me go cut the light on. But yeah, like I had fathers before me that came that were, I guess, preachers or whatever. But you know what I mean? So what do you
Well,
do
the
with
truth
that?
of the matter is, we not totally against
You
those
see me now?
preachers.
Hey, y'all.
Yeah, we see you. Look, the church, we used to have to hide to tell our story in the
Mm-hmm.
church.
Yo, the church was my safe haven growing up. I didn't mind the church. For me,
Look, when we,
it's not for everybody, but for me, I loved it.
yeah, I wasn't too crazy about it, but
No, I
the
loved it
church,
because of the last time I'd seen it, I was a child. I was sliding down slides and shit. It was easy for me, you know.
yeah, we went to church so much. I went to
I'm
church in
29. I don't
10,
know how old you are. I'm 29, so it's probably different
yeah.
eras.
But the history of the church in our community, once we began to be able to have church service, we was able to actually discuss issues in the community.
Right, right, right.
The preachers of today is nothing like the ones before 1960.
Right. And you know what the crazy thing is my dad be trying to like give me clues, but I'm like, nigga, if you're gonna tell me what I need to know, just tell me. Don't be fucking trying to fucking put
A,
it up
a
in there.
lot of them, a lot of them used to get murdered for telling it.
I am your child, though. I feel like that's different.
Right, but he got to paint a picture for you to be able to see it yourself. That way,
Right,
he got plausible denial,
right. Oh, yeah,
and also it's a teaching method.
yeah, yeah,
Right, if you want
yeah.
to bring the wisdom out of you, he give you clues
Hmm.
in order to open your mind and expand your perception. He
Right.
might want you to see past the church, but he probably can't say it from the position he in, and he can probably do more work from where he at. Those are the
But for
preachers,
me, he is the church.
right? But those the preachers that's like that, the ones that feed the community and whatnot, that give you act like, for instance, the things that Jeremiah Wright was saying during the Obama campaign. He was right. Somebody have to keep that information out in our forefront of our minds because we'll forget,
Right.
right?
But
We know,
these are the same people that also wanted us to forget at the same time.
well, our people don't want us to forget.
Because all smoke and
The
kinfolk,
enemy,
right?
the enemy is the one that want us to forget because they need to steal our birthright. They
Right,
can't steal our birthright if we remember our position.
right.
We use now. I'm not saying that because I don't like know your father as a preacher,
Hmm.
but like I know
He ain't own no church or nothing. He's just like it ain't none of that. But yeah,
but I could tell you this from like the preacher my mother had,
right.
Pastor Crump,
Uh,
is a genuinely
I heard
good
that name
man.
before. Actually, I'm only 29. I
Yeah,
heard that name before though.
well, he's pretty big up here by us.
I'm from Chicago, so yeah.
Hmm. Well, Pastor Crump is one of those preachers who's just like a modern preacher, but he performs like an ancient shaman,
Miracles,
right?
aka
No,
miracles, right? Yeah,
his no, not the miracles. It's the things that he do in the community,
right. Okay.
right?
Mhm.
So he'll go and see each one of the elders of the church wherever they at least once a week,
Mhm.
and he gonna bring them food, make sure they got food, they need anything. He gonna make sure it get done.
Right. Community.
Every one of the elders,
Right.
it's a couple hundred of them, and he go see all of them.
Mhm.
They in the hospital, he gonna come at least once a week. He gonna come strolling through that door,
Mhm.
right?
Right.
And he's gonna do things to, feed the congregation more than just food.
Right.
See, he be trying to tell people what's really going on, but the people can only take so much of it. Then they start breaking down,
Right.
right? So then you make a guy that don't know how to reach him have to water down what he teach.
Okay. Okay.
But I'm not all the way down on the church either. I just don't believe in them motherfuckers that's out there using the so-called word of God to hustle the people.
It's so sad because I grew up off my grandmother watching Pastor T.D. Jakes. You know, and it's sad that shit. Damn. She died
Mm-hmm.
believing in you. I don't, you know, that shit don't rub me the right way, but you know, it is what it is, though. You know.
Yeah. Well, like for me personally, I don't believe in no religion
I don't either. But you know,
because I know
I
what it
can't tell
is.
my daddy that, but I don't either.
I know what it is from a political position.
Right. You know, my daddy actually went to I just want to make sure y'all know I'm a real person. My daddy actually went to a theological school and graduated because, you know,
Mm-hmm.
his mama's last dying breath was for him to actually go to a fucking Christian school to graduate.
And you say he never opened up a church, or he don't have a church now?
So my grandmother's last dying breath was for my daddy to actually go and graduate from theological school. And he never, no, he just preaches whenever he wants to at the church he grew up in. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But he don't got his own congregation.
No.
So when he got a message,
Oh no,
he
my
want to
daddy
get
ain't got
out.
his own congregation because he's still drinking shit. So you
But
know,
when
he's
he got
still.
a message, he get up and tell it though, right?
Yeah, he do. Yeah, he do.
Okay.
So when he tell me, like, even if I don't tell him what I got going on, he'll call me and be like, I know you ain't called me, but if you finna go do this, don't do that, cause it ain't, you know, that's important though. I mean,
Yeah.
you ain't got
We
to be
all
all
got.
the way right. You ain't got to be all the way right, but you know,
Mm-hmm.
because
Well,
that's
we got a lot of religious people in our families. A lot of those holy rolling, Bible thumping, Quran slinging, Torah dropping motherfuckers. We got a lot of them.
I know,
All
but I'm
different.
just
Listen,
I know, and I ain't real
all different
religious, but
denominations.
I feel like if somebody call me and say don't go here, and they say don't go here, I'm not gonna do it because they told me not to do it because that's my elders and they told me not to do it, so I ain't gonna do it. You know, I want to go to this club this night or do this night, and they say nah, don't do it, and you know, that's I feel like, you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's my dad. He's a pastor, but he's just like kind of like on call or something. I don't know what you call it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what my dad is. He's on call when he needs at the church that he grew up in, that I grew up in too.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
that's where we're at.
Did you sing in the choir?
I tried to, but I was like, this ain't me. I tried to sing in the choir. He wanted me to. I was like, no, this ain't me. I can't do this. I don't. That's although the shit. I ain't gonna lie. When I do go to church, that's the only thing that touches me. It ain't the preacher. It ain't nothing. It's shit. If I do cry a little bit, it's the choir.
Yeah. The message and the music.
Mm, yeah, that 369 is real heavy in the choirs. Yeah,
Yeah.
it
The
ain't the
message.
preacher. The preacher never, and it makes me feel so bad sometimes. I feel like I'm like, damn.
Oh, they had some preachers that
Yeah,
spit that fire, like Vernon Johns.
yeah. I'm feeling so
Yeah.
horrible because I'll be like, damn. Um,
Look, at
feel
the end of the
nothing.
day, it boiled down to this. I'm gonna sum it up for you right quick, so we can go ahead to the next person. But the bottom line is this: as an adult now, it's your responsibility to do what you know is right, regardless of what your parents did before you,
Right,
because they didn't have access to the level of information that you have in
right,
this time.
right. Yeah.
Upgrade the family traditions to benefit the family the most so that the things that separated the family can fade away.
Okay,
That's
so
our
my
job
problem
in this era.
is my mother and father never got along because they're not actually family together. But I be trying to get my mother and father to get along, and I can't never do it. And I be trying my best, you know,
Well,
because
maybe
to
that's not
me,
your
I be
job.
like, you know, we got other shit to deal with. Like y'all should be able to get along because we got other shit that's worse than this to deal with. You know what I mean? And they're just
Hmm.
like, nah,
They might not be, listen, they might not be old enough yet to get along.
shit, they almost 50.
They might not be old enough yet to get along. But sooner or later in your lifetime,
Mhm.
they gonna come to family functions and they gonna be able to be cordial with each other.
Right. So you feel like
You
so my question.
don't try to force it.
Right.
If you try to force it, you build the friction that keeps the barrier in place.
Right, but
But
as their child together, it's hard not to do though.
well, you can facilitate it,
Right.
but don't try to force it.
Right. Okay. And you know it's so
Right.
crazy. It's so crazy because I have the same issue with my child's father. And I'm
That's what you call a generational curse.
cursed.
If you find out why that problem exists,
And
you break the
I
curse
haven't,
off.
but you know, I'm working
Yeah,
on it.
yeah. Somebody's perception.
Right.
It's somebody's
And
perception is
I
looking
will
at it.
say this to people that are listening, even though my father and my mama have the same issues, and I see that with my own child, my first child's father. I see it with my own first child's father. I will give it to my first child's father. He is trying his best to fix it, but I ain't gonna lie because I'm an honest person. It's, you know, sometimes you like, oh, so you just act like this didn't happen, but he's trying to fix it though. So I give him that. I give him that. He's
Okay.
trying his best to fix it.
Well,
So what I will
just
say is,
remember, anytime repair is involved, it's a two-way street. If one person take one step, you should take two.
so he's trying to fix it, even though he tried to act like ain't nothing happened. But that's the past, right? So the past is the
Yeah.
past. Let it go.
You learn from it, you don't live in it.
Ooh, okay. So he's trying to fix it. So shit, so basically what you telling me is if he's trying to fix it, and even though he don't want to talk about the past, at least he's trying to fix what's going on forward
Well, he's probably just trying to have a functional relationship for the kid.
for the kid. Yeah. Okay. I'm
Right?
okay with that.
It's easier for y'all to go to your child's birthday party together than for to have two birthday parties.
Hmm. You know, this is very important because that's also a generational curse too. So yeah, I'm glad you told me that. Okay. Okay, that's
Yeah.
good. I'm glad you told me that.
All right. I want to talk to one of the brothers before I end this live, so I'm gonna let you get out now,
Okay.
and I'm gonna talk to you later. All
All
right.
right.
Bronx. Sit. Good boy. So this video, let me do some invites. Get some people in here. This video is about ancient um, native culture here in the Americas. Ancient native culture here in the Americas, and I'm only gonna be short because I just wanted to deal with one little brief legend, um, and make it do what it do from that legend. So I'm gonna give me a couple of invites in here, and we're gonna do a little analysis of some Native American lore, just for kicks and giggles. And there's always something in the program to try to interfere with progress, elevation, upliftment, enlightenment, self awareness, self improvement, overcoming the struggles of life, learning to be righteous, learning to live by the code of righteousness. All of these things find great opposition in this modern world we live in. And in this world, um, people believe stuff that's not real over what's real. And you can show people things 1,000 times that you right, and
somebody else can come along, slithering up to them with some bullshit, and they'll fall for it. My only thing is, when they fall for it, you know, why are they falling for it? Well, it's all smoke and mirrors. If you don't remember Tupac, which I know everybody do, Tupac had a slogan he used to say all the time, and it's so true.